Hey guys, Sappho Sims here. Welcome back for another chill Wednesday video. This week I am bringing you something a little different. I am doing a speed build and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm trying my hand at a restaurant. I built a restaurant in Sulani over the weekend and I didn't record it just mainly because I'm not a builder. I will straight up say that, but I enjoy building. So I thought it would be fun to try my hand at building a restaurant in Sulani. I just had this image in my head of this really nice kind of laid back space where you could go and have a nice meal and just relax on the patio and enjoy the view and all that jazz. So I decided to build one. I don't usually record speed builds or, well, just regular builds, I guess, because I get a little bit of anxiety just because I'm not super good at building and it takes me a while. And I find when I've tried to record a few speed builds in the past, and I find when I'm doing them, I get a little anxious and I just get really focused on how it looks and how I'm doing the camera and like all those kinds of things. So I just wanted to build. So that's what I did. And it actually turned out really well. And I was really happy with it. So I thought I would try doing a speed build, but instead of doing residential, which I'm sorry, my cat's like literally trying to climb across my shoulder right now. I thought I would try doing a commercial build rather than residential, just because I feel like it's a little easier than doing a residential. Like, I'm not good at floor plans, and at least with a restaurant, it's pretty simple. Like, I just did, for this build, I wanted to do a kind of like jazz piano bar restaurant thing was kind of the idea. So I wanted to use the industrial windows from the Moschino pack. I just bought that this weekend for my birthday. And I wasn't going to buy the pack. I don't know. I just kind of felt like it wasn't really for me. I don't have a lot of the stuff packs just because I usually just focus on the gameplay stuff. But I was really obsessed with those industrial windows, and I've seen people use them in their videos and on Twitch and things like that. And so I bit the bullet and I bought the pack, and I'm really actually quite happy I did, because those industrial windows, I love them. And the doors and everything, I just really felt like they lended themselves to this kind of a build. So I went with kind of like big open spaces to kind of give that industrial feel, but I wanted to use like kind of like reds and plush furniture and that kind of thing. So for the bathroom, originally what I wanted to do was make it kind of more posh with, like, you know, some of those like fancy women's bathrooms have like couches and stuff in them, and that was kind of the idea that I was going for, but I remembered that we don't have stalls, so I just made two tiny little bathrooms and then put like a couch and some mirrors in there to make it kind of like this little like underground intimate little bathroom. There's a couple bars in town where I live that have these kind of like basement bathrooms, so that's kind of what I was going for, was kind of like this dark like intimate space. And I don't know if the couch is functional. I did play test this build in terms of running the restaurant aspect of it, but I forgot to check the couch. I mean, I don't know why your Sims would really want to go down there and sit on the couch anyway, so it's more of like a design element. When I was playtesting it, Judith Ward came downstairs and gave herself the finger guns in the mirror, so it's a semi-functional space. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was going for, and I went for some fairy lights and just had some fun with it. So I found a lot of really cool paintings that I hadn't noticed before that come with the City Living pack, and I was pretty excited to use them. And so upstairs I went for kind of like, I wanted everything to be big. Since it's a really big open space, I wanted it to kind of have that like red kind of dark intimate vibe, but still in like a large space. So I went with the brick, and then I went with show lighting, and I had a couple photos online that I used for inspiration for this build, and that's kind of how they had their little jazz bars lit, was mostly with this kind of stage lighting. So I used the light bar from Get Famous to light the piano, and then I used those kind of small lights, which were perfect because they give off this kind of like muted red light, and I felt like that was perfect for the kind of atmosphere I was going for, with this kind of like more kind of moody, intimate, but still in like a large space. I don't know if there's a word for that, but yeah, so that's kind of what I went with, and I used the paintings that I found from City Living, and I just made them bigger so that I can make everything kind of just larger than life on the walls, and I really liked the feel that it gave. And I had to give the space a patio. That's kind of a big thing for me. I am a patio lover. I love going to places and just, especially in the summer, and just being able to like relax on the patio in the sun, have a drink, have like dinner with friends. I'm really into that. So I don't think it's possible for me to build like a restaurant or some kind of bar without a patio space. Like they have to have patio spaces. I don't know how it's gonna work in the winter when it's raining, like, or when it's snowing especially. I don't know if you can like lock the patio door. I don't know if that would work, or if like the maitre d' would still try and see people out there, and you just get like maybe they'll go like around the back and wave and be like, I can't do it. I don't know, but I did it anyway. I built this on the Waterside Warble lot just because it has that looking out over the ocean view. So I made a little back patio, and I just kind of did that in a little bit of a different theme, with more of like a black and white, where the inside I use like blacks and like the red kind of plush chairs that match the couch that I used in the bathroom. And I had a lot of fun with this build. Like I said, I am not a builder, like straight up, but I enjoy building, so I didn't really landscape the outside because I'm not very good at that. I tried, but I just couldn't tell if it looked good or not, and so I decided, you know what, maybe I should just not and just leave it plain, and then if people want to spruce it up, you can. But yeah, so be nice, go easy on me. I'm not an expert. I'm not as creative as some of the other people out there. I said in one of my other videos, I have been thinking of doing a let's play that involves running a restaurant, so I feel like I'm just kind of on like this restaurant kick. And my idea with making it kind of like this jazz piano-y type restaurant was I kind of had the idea that if you had a musically inclined sim, I feel like this would be a really fun space to have them own their own restaurant and come and play on the piano and those kinds of things. You could also hire a pianist if you don't want your sim to be on the piano the whole time. But I just really liked that idea. I thought that was a really nice touch. You know, when you're not spending all your time like greeting your customers, you can sit at the piano and just play. So that's kind of the idea I was going for. I set up some of the tables so that they were facing the piano, kind of like a little audience, and then there's other people kind of in the back and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I went for. That was the idea I was thinking. You could probably put in like a little violin or something too if you wanted in that space. I wish we had a full instrument set with like a guitar and a drum set. That would be so cool. But you could probably switch things around if you wanted to, or put a couple more instruments in that space, or even a microphone if your sim's like really good at singing or something like that. That would be a lot of fun, but I just kind of went with the piano because that was kind of what was in my head. But I think there was definitely space to play around with it. I did toy with the idea of putting like a violin out on the patio because there isn't like an instrument out there. You're just kind of like on the patio. But then I thought maybe that would be too much with like the violin and then the piano inside. But I don't know. I think you could play with it. Yeah, so that is my speed build. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I had a lot of fun with it. Please go easy on me. Like I said, this isn't my forte. I just was having fun with it. Canadian Thanksgiving was on Monday, this past Monday, and I had a really nice time with my family and friends, and it was my birthday weekend as well, so I had a really nice birthday, really nice time celebrating Thanksgiving, and I did this kind of in some of my downtime, just built like a little restaurant. I feel like food has just been on the brain lately with the theme of the last last weekend here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Wednesday evening. I hope the rest of your week goes well. There is a tour, kind of like a little photo slash semi-tour at around 12:05. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing or leave me a little comment below and let me know what you thought. I am always up for constructive criticism, so if you have any suggestions or tips or things like that, like definitely let me know. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!